welcome back to Total Spotfest. JJ Brownlee, Jamie Faulkner, we're hyped up on caffeine because it's late and we just got home from live Dynamite and taping of Rampage coming out this week, June 10th. And we're going to truck through this. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening.
It's good. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
We got a lot to get to. We got a lot to get to this week in wrestling, and especially with what happened last night on Dynamite. And it's damn near midnight right now as we're taping this. So for those of you watching, for those of you listening, I said thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Drop a comment down below if you want to join the conversation. Give us a tweet at Total Spotfest. Like, subscribe, share, all the good things as we always say. We got a couple little bits here, but my God, what a fun night we had, Jamie.
It was a lot of fun. Like, this is my first time going to a show in a suite. I've been to
a wrestling show.
Yeah, I've been to like Royals games and like sporting events in suites, which is always fun. Yeah, it's always fun. Good times. This is the first time I've ever done a wrestling show, which most of the time I like to be in the thick of it with the fans, and usually it's like a lot of fun in that aspect. But man, it was really, really cool to be there with like all of our friends. Had a couple people swing by. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Some talent, we will just say. Some of it we've talked about. Some of it is bigger than that. Anyway, good fun. You know, it's good to go with people. It's good to go with the ownership of your local promotion. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, I think Kevin, our friend Kevin WK. If you haven't followed Kevin WK on Twitch, go do it. He is super fun. We're going to be making WWE.
And a great dude.
He's a fantastic human being, 1,000%. But he has this, he's part of 8-Bit Geek. It's kind of a social media podcast network of sorts. They had a podcast going for the longest time. Anyway, he has this like WWE 2K like series that he runs, and he's got himself and his podcast partner, other like local podcast partners. We're going to be getting WWE 2K, Jamie and I, so that we can literally just make ourselves so that we can be involved in his pay-per-views. Anyway, he put it all together, and he made he equated it to, now that he's done it, he won't ever go back, at least home locally, you know, when this happens, to like a regular seat, because food ordering is so much easier. You're up on the second floor there, so it's like you don't have like the massive concourse. Bathrooms are in and out. If you want to get a beer, you want to get some water. It's so much easier, comfortable. You can get up and move around. Loved it. And we had a great time with a bunch of great people. So we're going to get all into that here in a second. Now, I made mention that we were hanging out with some of the owners of Journey Pro. They were friends of ours, and they were in the booth as well. And if you have not seen, they did make an announcement that yesterday that tickets will go on sale tomorrow, Friday, June 10th, for their latest show. Latest show is going to be Friday, June 24th, 7 p.m. at Agnes, the JPA, and it's going to be called Free Your Mind.
Free your mind.
I assume the rest is going to follow. do. Sponsored by Guys Chips. Apparently, they got their logo on the poster. But anyway, Journey Pro and Journey Pro finally updated their Twitter. Did you see that with their new logo?
It's nice. It's very snazzy.
I didn't mind the winged logo, but I really like this one. It's nice and clean. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Friday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, JourneyProKC.com. Tickets go on sale. If you want to sit front row and not bring your own chair, because of course, bring your own chair, make yourself comfortable. Chairs are still somewhere in China. We don't know when chairs are going to be. We don't know when chairs are going to be here. But if you want to guarantee a chair and you want to sit front row, those tickets will sell out June 10th. Just FYI, shortly thereafter. So, update about that. We'll get more coming on here in the next couple of weeks before the show. They haven't even announced any of the matches yet. I assume we'll get some over the weekend. Now, one last little note here. Because you were talking to me earlier today about this, and MJF, we had pretty much resolved to the fact that it's molded into a big work, right? And they moved him off of his merchandise off of the website, and they scrubbed him and did all. Okay, took him off of the roster. Okay, that's all part of the work, right? It's all the summer of MJF sort of thing, right? You were telling me apparently no.
So there's conflicting reports all over the place right now. Like, that's the thing. Like, I hate to talk about this because then it's like misinformation city. But then there's been reports on like multiple sources that some of his friends feel like that they've been being worked by him in like personal conversations. So they don't know what's real and what's not real at this point. They know like this right now is a work of some sort. But they don't know. Like, is it a Pillman
what level
thing? Yeah, like if it's a Pillman thing, like what is it?
Okay.
So it's just one of those weird areas right now where there's some people saying adamantly this has been a work for weeks. Like, it was even a work for him not to show up at the show, which then you had AEW is worried they were going to do a wellness check on him because they didn't know what was going on. Then you had they had to sit down and everything's been hashed out and this is all work. Then you have friends saying, well, hold on, like, I don't even know. So it's like, it's just very, very, very difficult.
I hear you. And it definitely, I think that the moral of the story is, we talked ad nauseum last week on that. If you haven't checked out our video last week, we get all into it. We're not going to spend a lot of time talking about MJF tonight. Spoiler, if you didn't watch Dynamite last night, he wasn't on at all. Not even in like the video vignette. But
nothing.
I think the big thing, and you hit the nail on the head there, is that, we don't want to go down that path of, it's kind of, it reminds me of back in 2012 when we had all the conference or the college realignment drama, right? Everybody was watching flight plans and Twitter and this, and one day this is happening, and the Big 12 is going to become the Big 28, and the SEC is going to do this, and and we don't want to do that with someone's lives, because there's a lot of people involved here. So. I think our opinions stand from last week. Go check out our video. Once again, there's a little balloon over this way. Boop, right there. Boop. You can check it out and, see what we had to say about it. We definitely will keep an ear to the pulse because spoiler, we really liked everything from last week that he was going about. So that being said, let's not dilly-dally because we got a lot to get to before Jamie passes out. Let's talk about Dynamite from last night.
Well, before we get to
sorry. I see now. I'm getting loopy there. I over sugared myself. I had to like sugar load, and I'm near keto diet, so I don't really take that much sugar usually. So I'm just woo. Independent wrestler spotlight of the week.
Yeah, and this is 100% happening because of what we happen to see at the show. And they did a taping of Dark Elevation, which was awesome. We got to see a lot of local talent, if you will. People that have graced the Journey Pro ring multiple times.
People that have graced this podcast once or twice as well.
Yes.
You, SK, Naya. What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, so Anaya was in a singles match. You had SK Bishop and Camaro Jackson in a tag team match. You had Max the Impaler, who was just recently one of our spotlights. They were in a match against Nyla Rose, and it was awesome. But the one on Monday,
folks, is Dark Elevation. So sorry.
Yeah, the one that I am picking though is a Journey Pro staple, and she is none other than my Lord of the Ring loving counterpart, if you will, in Thunderdome style, Heidi Howitzer. Heidi had a match against Ruby Soho. Hey, Ruby.
You didn't get me.
I said it first, though.
We'll go to the tape.
It was way before you.
It was not way before me. Keep going.
Anyway, so she had a great match against Heidi. She got some offense off and everything. But typically, if you watch Dark Elevation or Dark, you automatically know it's a squash match. More times than not, it's to put over their talent.
Yeah.
But every now and again, they have really good matches. This was one of them. Ruby did a really good job of making sure that Heidi looked good. Heidi made sure Ruby looked good. It was just a beautiful thing. And Heidi is awesome. She's into butt stuff. For all those who haven't listened to our podcast previously, you could also look at the couple of interviews we've done with her. We've done one with her by herself, and then one with her husband and Austin Reddick when we did the Newlywed Game, which was a lot of fun. But hopefully those links have just appeared. Just throwing that out there.
And then they go away.
So Heidi did an excellent job. She's an excellent wrestler, absolutely hilarious, good human being, funny. Will roll with the punches, loves a good bit, and she happened to come on into our suite and talk to us after her match and everything like that, which was really cool. And then she was giving me crap about a shirt. Actually, JJ gave her a shirt idea, and then she just grew it from there to give me just tons of shit about how she loves Lord of the Rings.
I was wearing my Ruby Soho screaming Mohawk shirt because if you even casually glanced upon this podcast at some point in time, you know that JJ is a fan of Ruby Soho. Hey, Ruby. I mean, my goddamn, I even have her sticker on my little thing here, you know. I have other ones too, don't worry. But so she'd give me crap, and I go, I was like, I gotta get you a new shirt. And then, you know, as she was leaving, we were like, because we started a butt stuff chant at the very beginning, which she heard from our suite, which made us very, very happy. So I said, "Viva la butt stuff," and I'm like, "Oh, that's a t-shirt idea." And then she expanded upon it. There was a Frodo ass involved, and
yeah, like Frodo would be sticking his butt out, you know, with it, say "Viva la butt stuff," and then on the back is like one ring to bind them, and the ring's the butthole. You know, like I said, I'd buy that shirt because that's hilarious.
I'm not saying that I'm not going to play around in. I'm not saying that I'm going to play around in Photoshop this weekend, but I'm also not saying that I'm not.
I mean, it's a great idea.
Anyway.
So anyway, you could follow her at Thunderdome Style. She doesn't have the E in Thunderdome Style on Thunder on Twitter, but on Instagram she does have the E in there for Thunderdome Style. You can just look up Heidi Howitzer. She's everywhere. She's hilarious. She's a great Twitter follow. Great Twitter follow. I cannot emphasize that as much as humanly possible. So there's Nyla Rose, who's obviously the queen of all of Twitter.
She's way up here.
Like, she's here. Heidi's like right there. Heidi's really damn good. Like, she's a fun follow.
Heidi works really well with Max on Twitter. I mean, they're tag team partners in real life anyway, but like, she plays really well off some of like Max's, because we talked about Max before. She's a fantastic follow, but I love like her comedy. I think really shines when she's playing off of stuff that Max is commenting on. Anyway, your links down below if you're having trouble finding her. She's not hard to find. She's definitely one of the good ones. So very good. Very good, a very good choice this week for our Independent Wrestler Spotlight. So, that being said, Jamie, now, not prematurely, it happens. It happens to all of us. Hey, it's normal. Hey.
It's a normal thing.
It's a normal thing, y'all. Let's talk about last night. Dynamite. What I told you as we were leaving, that might have been the best Dynamite we saw here in Kansas City. And we saw a 30-minute Iron Man match between Pac and Kenny Omega.
You know, I've had time to ponder on this.
It's a tough thing to throw out there. I know.
I think I'm going to have to agree with you that it is the best one. But I think it's more the best one because we also got a Rampage thrown in there.
I think
we got so much.
I think Rampage definitely helped. But I'm just looking at Dynamite by itself because, spoiler alert, you guys want to watch Rampage tomorrow. Tape it, watch it. But I'm looking at just the Dynamite itself. I think top to bottom, this card was probably the best card that they've had. Maybe that's where I'm coming from, you know?
Yeah, there's only one thing, and one thing alone could have made this like the greatest show of all time for me. And they teased it. It just didn't happen.
Oh God! All right.
Oh, dude, I fanboyed pretty hard when that happened.
You guys know what it is. He'll get to it. All right. So
yeah.
So other things to be said here. We didn't know this ahead of time, but we found out earlier this week that, hey, if you're going to do if you're in the suite, you get like a free like VIP barbecue thing ahead of the show. So we were like a little sectioned off area. We're playing cornhole, got free hamburgers and hot dogs and water and soda, and
we beat the Brothers of Destruction in cornhole.
Well, you are a softball dad. We kind of hustled that.
We got them close, and then just
boom, boom, boom. So,
and
all right.
I played slow pitch softball for 10 years, so
good,
I kind of
good fun there. I see. I got a new shirt. It's all good. So let's talk about the card, Jamie. Walk us through the show.
Okay, so it opens up with the Casino Battle Royale, and if everybody doesn't remember the Casino Battle Royale, 5 entrants enter at a time, just like and they're grouped together as in like suits of cards. So the very first ones who opened it up were Darby Allin, Daniel Garcia, Eddie Kingston, Tony Nese, and one Lance Archer. It was great to see Lance Archer.
It was.
So that was fun with them. They started out strong. It was fine.
Darby
then
got
you had
big pop.
I'm sorry.
I know you're getting over Darby, but everybody else still loves the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm growing up, I guess. All right. So the next suit was Ricky Starks, Ray Phoenix, Swerve Strickland, Jake Hager, and one Keith Lee. Ooh. That was a lot of man meat coming in there. And then you had some flippy spinny shit too. Which this is the first time that you and I got to see Ray Phoenix wrestle in Kansas City. He has not ever wrestled in Kansas City.
Nope.
They weren't at the first one. And they just showed up at the second time.
Right. And I mean, we got to see him at All Out, but see him. And this, I mean, a battle royal is kind of almost tailor engineered for somebody like Ray Phoenix and a few others that come later. So
yeah,
it was good. Keith Lee was great too through the whole thing, but there's more to that story.
Yeah, Keith Lee was great. After this, you had the next suit had John Silver, Konosuke Takeshita, Max Caster, and the Ass Boys both, Colton and Austin Gunn. That was a lot of fun. The rap, he called out Mahomes for choking. It was okay.
And then, I didn't catch anything after that because, my God, you Chiefs fans
gave him instant heat.
I mean, it's like. I was talking to Dallas Cade's brother about this. You know, it's like, oh, they think they have the State Farm logos because Mahomes and State Farm's like they've been a part with State Farms for a while now. Not everything's about Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City.
False.
Like seriously, like there are people who like lined up apparently for like 20 hours at the KCK Whataburger opening because it's the first one that Mahomes' group that he owns is opening, and I'm like, it's the same goddamn Whataburger as every other Whataburger. It's not.
Yeah, the one at Raymore's with his group. We actually got Whataburger on the way down to Oklahoma. And again,
it's an okay burger. It's okay. It's
an okay burger.
It's not my favorite burger, but it's definitely not. It's not like McDonald's or anything like that. It's a quality burger.
Yeah. It's no In-N-Out, and I know I'm going to get flack for that. In-N-Out is a better burger.
I'm actually staying like one exit away from an In-N-Out on the first night when I go down to Dallas. So I'm fine.
Get yourself a double or get a 3x3 or a 4x4.
I'm going to get a double. I'm not going to do the whole monster thing because I don't like all the Thousand Island shit.
No. Then get a 3x3. It's 3 patties. 3 patties and 3 slices of cheese.
That's a lot of meat.
But they're thin.
They're like Freddy's thin, like the real thin thing.
A little bit thicker. Okay, but thin.
Anyway, I'm finally going to get to try a In-N-Out burger, and I'm excited about that. All right, Fat Boy's done talking about food. Let's go back to wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Then after that, after the Ass Boys, then the next suit, if you will, Powerhouse Hobbs, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, Dante Martin, and one returning Wheeler Yuta.
So good to see Wheeler. And they let the ring
and he
fill
got a
up.
huge ass pop too.
Oh, Wheeler's so over right now. I know I keep doing it. I'm sorry.
So hot right now. And then your Joker is none other than Andrade El Idolo Flair.
Dude. You're going with that, huh?
Absolutely. He's a Flair now.
Oh.
He married in.
You're not wrong. So good to see him back in the ring. Good to see him back in the ring. And
it was.
I like when battle royals don't eliminate too many people. You know, I like to see the mayhem. I love that shit. And
I'm not a big battle royal fan. Chris and I had this conversation. It's like it's just too much going on. It's hard to keep track.
Really? See, that's what I like about it. There's so much going on. It's like maybe just my chaotic brain working. Jamie knows this because he's seen my desktop and he knows how many tabs I have open at a time. So my brain is.
And he gives me shit for having a whole bunch of freaking icons and stuff on my desktop.
He basically saves everything to his desktop. And I have to have like a file folder system, but I have like 4 different browsers with like 80 tabs open all over the place. And I know, so yeah. Potato.
I'm more organized.
How do we get? So there was an elimination. We kind of got some cool stuff there. Swerve turned on Lee.
Hated that. Pissed me off. Didn't need it.
Do you think it's a full
worst
turn?
Damn idea?
Do you think it's a turn? Or
I think it was just a heat of the moment type
like,
thing. I'm really hoping.
Battle royal, every man for himself type of deal.
Yeah, but they could have waited a little bit longer. And like, is this like there were still like 15 good dudes in there at that point? I don't know. But here, let me go through the list, the order of eliminations.
Oh, okay.
Tony Nese was the first one to go away. Thank God. Lance Archer was next. Max Caster, both the Ass Boys, Keith Lee, John Silver, Eddie Kingston, Jake Hager, Kansuke Takashita, Dante Martin, Kineska. What'd I say?
Kansuke.
Oh, wow. Kineska Takashita. I got his last name. Dante Martin, Ricky Starks, Bobby Fish, Darby Allin, Swerve, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ray Phoenix, Andrade El Idolo Flair, and then the last person eliminated was one Wheeler Yuta. So if you're keeping track at home, ladies and gentlemen, that left one person alone, who's going to face Jon Moxley in the main event tonight, and it is Ring of Honor Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly is on a tear right now, and for good reason, I gotta say.
Yeah. He looked like no one's ever denied his ability in the ring, right. But now he is being the Ring of Honor style with more seasoning, and it's just like, hot damn, this guy can do the singles run. Like when he came over, I'm like, I don't want him to singles run. Nope. Because he just soured me with the damn Cool Kyle.
I was gonna say you had PTSD of Cool Kyle because Cool Kyle was a terrible ass gimmick, and
fucking terrible.
And the good thing is, I like this too because they're giving him basically a singles run, but not making him a singles competitor. It's not like it's affecting Bobby Fish or Red Dragon as a whole, right? Which is. I like that. You don't have to break somebody up to give them a shot at running, a singles run. You can do it a different way, and I'm good with this. So that we get to see, and this took about half an hour or so. This took a good chunk of change to get through all this. So basically, Kyle's like, "All right, go shower and be ready in about an hour. You're gonna wrestle Jon Moxley."
Yeah. And Jon Moxley cut a promo on him saying that, he is the Forbidden Door and all this stuff. It was pretty solid. This is typical Jon Moxley promo. I appreciated that. The announcers, we didn't know this, but the announcers talked about CM Punk's had successful surgery, so that's great. Happy for Punk.
He'll be back soon.
But the thing that kind of got us out of left field too. So this is pin number 1 is why is one of the best in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Was all of a sudden they just announced the All Atlantic Championship belt just out of nowhere. Hey, we're going to have another championship
singles
belt
title. Yeah.
Singles title. And it's going to be people from all over the world. And they're all going to face each other. And the next match is going to be the very first match in this tournament. And they're all quarterfinals. So it's like...
There's 8 people. And we know 6 of the 8 people.
Yes. But the very first match is Pac and Buddy Mathews. Basically the same person, just one has smaller ears.
you and Pac's ears, man. You will not get over his goddamn ears.
I mean,
you're not wrong, but I'm like, come on, man.
He knows where Arendelle is.
As a dude with a large appendage on his face, I empathize a little bit.
Mine's solid. I've broken mine twice.
Right, Anyway, my God, I remember and I told you this. We might have talked about it when we mentioned the Double or Nothing match, but I remember I was over at Chris's house when we were watching it, and I was talking to Chris or whoever. I can't remember who was sitting next to me at the time, but I just maybe it was Hartzell, but they got to the point in the match where it was Pac and Buddy going off against each other, and like. I want to see this. I want to see this an hour long every night for the rest of this right here. 2 weeks later, we get it.
And this match definitely gave JJ a hard on because it was everything you want.
This was my match of the night. It was so good.
It was my match of the night until the Rampage. Not even gonna lie.
That doesn't count. That's a Friday night match. Okay.
But it was there. So it's same night.
This is JJ's match of the night. Okay. I loved it. Like you said, mirror image. Oh, God, it was so good.
It had everything. You had a killer Poison Rana by Pac. You had just flippy, spinny shit a go-go in this thing. And your winner is Pac.
Clean.
Like he owns Kansas City. Like he doesn't lose in Kansas City. He's 3-0.
Did he didn't win the Iron Man match against Kenny?
Oh, yeah, he did. No, Kenny won. I'm sorry. You're all right. I was thinking about his other match.
I was like, I was 100%.
I was thinking about Revolution when he beat Revolution. That's
you beat him at Revolution. Yeah, the Iron Man. Because remember, they were tied 0-0. And they had to go to overtime. And Kenny got one fall. Anyway. That was cool. And then you liked especially what happened right after the match.
Absolutely. So after the match, you had Trent Beretta come out. No. Are you talking about the House of Black standing out there?
Yeah. So you had Phoenix and
Death Penta. Triangle came to the ring. They're all celebrating, very excited, and then here comes out the rest of the House of Black, and they have this another stare down. It's like I feel like I've seen this feud before, but now I'm more intrigued on this feud. So maybe
but they flashed the bracket again. Did you see the bracket?
No.
Okay, so this is why they did it. So next week on Rampage is going to be next week on Dynamite. Excuse me. Dynamite is going to be the next quarterfinal on this side of the bracket. It's going to be Bulgaria versus Canada. All Ego Ethan Page versus the Redeemer Miro, and that match is going to fuck.
Hard, ladies and gentlemen.
The right side of the bracket has a New Japan icon on one of the brackets. We don't know what that means. But the other one is Mexico versus the Netherlands. Pentagon versus Malachi Black. That's the purpose. And you were looking at what was going on there. And it was great to see House of Black with Julia because she looked fantastic with them, just menacing and fits really well for those who are negative about that. Oh, young girl, what does she even know? Shut up, And they had behind them on the monitor, they had the thing. So that's why they were doing this stare down here, because it's not over between them, but
no.
Eventually they'll move them away. I think after this tournament, they'll split the rivalry, do something different. So
yeah,
anyway.
After we have a Miro Malachi final.
Oh. Okay. I see. Hold on. Let me.
Yep.
I'm okay. I'm good. I'm
okay.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Miro Malachi. Let's fucking go. Anywho. All right.
Yeah.
I really see who the New Japan representatives are going to be in this.
Tetsuya Naito. And somebody else.
Evil, maybe? I mean.
I feel like Evil and Dick Togo are going to have a tag team match.
Well, we're just a few weeks away from Forbidden Door. So we'll figure all that out later. We know the next week's match. Cool. New belt. And everybody's I was dead set thought it was going to be a trios belt next, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought trios was coming, but here we go. We got yet another singles. But
how are you? What are your thoughts about that?
I don't think they need it at all. Like, at fucking all. Mm-hmm. Zero need. It's like, hey, guess what? You get a belt. You get a belt. You get a belt. Everybody gets belts. That's kind of the way I feel about it, honestly.
I mean, it's not going to lie. It's kind of out of the playbook of New Japan. New Japan has 8,000 belts.
Dude, I know.
I don't necessarily hate it. And here's why.
Okay.
It gives somebody, another person, a chance. If they keep going adding more and more belts, then it's like, all right, Tony, stop with the belt. But, you have 2 male belts right now. You got quite a large roster. You got 2 signature shows on TV, plus the 2 that you utilize on YouTube. Streaming deal is got to be close. I mean, that Double or Nothing weekend they had, and in the LA last week, they were all over HBO the whole time, right? So there's more stuff coming. I don't mind it because it gives someone else another opportunity. Right? You have 3 champions for male champions. Okay. I don't mind that.
I know. It's just, I would have loved to see the trios, honestly, because that's something that you don't see in the U.S. at all.
It's a good point. Well, we might still see that. Who knows? Anyway.
Oh, yeah. I think, my understanding is they've already been commissioned. So it's just a matter of time.
We'll see what happens.
So after this is the next thing that makes it. This is check 2 of the greatest Dynamite in Kansas City's history. Trent Beretta comes out. And, he's bummed. It's National Best Friends Day, and all of his best friends are gone. One's in Japan, and, the other ones are just not there. But he says that him and Rocky deserve another shot at those ROH Tag Team Championships because they got screwed by the United Empire and Jeff Cobb and the Great O'Khan.
Yep. Didn't win, but they didn't lose.
Didn't lose. So here comes FTR. And FTR is like, you know what? You're right. And you guys didn't lose. But the bigger thing for us is we didn't beat you either. And we don't like losing. Like, we don't like having that open. And we're fighting champions, but you don't have your guy here, so we'll wait, and do this and all that, and then out of nowhere, music hits. It has a big New Japan logo on there, and it's like Billy Goat and GOAT like dotted out. As soon as I saw that, I knew what was going on. Like, I was like,
I do too, 100%.
I was like, oh my god, and then it says Will Osprey, and then here comes Will Osprey out on Dynamite, making his AEW debut
physically
in
there.
Kansas City.
Physically there. I thought it'd be a video.
No. He's fucking in Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
And then the rest of his guys, Aussie Open, they go and they attack FTR and Trent Beretta. Everybody's like, just fighting, sets up a match for Rampage on Friday. So on Friday for you, it's in the past for us. You had the United Empire going against FTR and Trent Beretta. That match fucked. So hard. Every which way but Sunday. Like, it was, oh my God.
I mean, the Forbidden Door is a pay-per-view that's built with Jamie in mind. Let's be completely honest. Okay.
Yep.
So and
I will be buying it.
This was a checkbox, but the fact we gotta see it in Kansas City, see Will Osprey physically right there in front of us. Unbelievable.
Oh, dude, it was
not disappoint in person too. Let me just say that.
It was glorious. Like, I can't like I'm a huge Osprey mark. But then they just take it a step further, just to toy with Jamie's emotions. And yes, I'm talking about myself in third person on this.
You should.
Because everybody in our suite too is like, what? Like, everybody started to freak out. So you had the Hangman David Finlay, son of the famous Fit Finlay, right, for all those who don't know.
Former New Japan Junior Tag Team and Impact Tag Team Champion, and as part of Finn Juice Robinson, of course, who's engaged to Tony Storm. Congratulations, by the way, to both of you guys. On your pitting nut trolls. New member of Bullet Club for those of you who are not familiar. So yes, this is a little bit. This wasn't quite the funny haha, Finn Juice Finley, but he even has Shillelagh, I think.
Yeah, carried out Shillelagh like his daddy. Like his daddy. So Adam Cole is on commentary. Put a pin in that. This match was amazing. Like, it was so goddamn good. Like, I don't care if you are not an Adam Page fan, like him on the mic. Like, I sometimes am. He's gotten a lot better actually over the past month and a half. But you cannot deny his wrestling skills.
100%.
He is their ace for a reason. Like, legit, of their homegrown. He's their homegrown ace for a reason. And David Finlay is goddamn amazing too. And this match fucked so hard.
This match was very good. Very good. And I knew it'd be good. But think about this. Thus far, we've had a battle royal, a casino battle royal, which, whether you like them or not, it was amazing. It was pretty badass. It was fun. You had JJ's wet dream of, clone the same flippy spinny guy and have him go against himself. You had a Will Osprey unveiling, and then you get into this match. It's like an hour in, by the way.
Yeah.
Go hard, my young man. Go fucking hard.
Hangman wins with a buckshot lariat, as he always does. But then he decides, you know what? I'm gonna cut a promo right now. And this is where Jamie got really excited. And if you're a longtime listener of this show, you know why I got excited. Because he said one name. Because he was like, I'm a champion. I don't have the belt now, but you know what? There's other belts to be won.
Did you immediately perk up? I actually had stepped out of the suite and I was going to take a...
Oh, no. Okay. As soon as he said that, I'm like...
Okay, I figured you perked up the second he said that. Okay, good.
I'm like, oh my God, are we gonna get Okada too? Oh my God. Like, I was just flipping out. And he's like, yeah, I want to go for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I want Okada. And as soon as he said that, the crowd went bonkers. Like, Okada, like... The first time his name has been said on TV
not hinted
is in Kansas City.
Actually said. Because it's been hinted at a lot.
Yes. But then, of course, Adam Cole's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
I do want to pause you for a second because I know I was on the concourse and I didn't see this. The concourse went apeshit too, by the way. For sure, I know Jamie was sitting there saying coin drop, coin drop, coin drop, coin drop, coin drop. The second
I wasn't the only one.
Okay, all right.
I wasn't the only one.
I want to make sure because I said I wasn't physically next to him when this happened. So okay.
So Kevin was sitting in front of me. I literally put my hand on his shoulder. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And like I know I had the shake going, and then I'm like coin drop, and then like Dallas was doing the same thing, and Dallas's big giant tall brother who should be in wrestling was doing it as well. And Chris was like pacing, like, oh my god, am I gonna see Okada?
Chris gets like, really emotional when stuff like big stuff happens. So it's fun to watch.
yeah. Like we were high fiving after we saw Osprey, but like as soon as he said that, then here comes Cole. Like, whoa, bro. Basically, he's like, you're not even a champion. And you might not even face him. You don't think like a champion because if you think like a champion, you know that he's facing off against my good friend Jay White, and he might not even win the title. Like keep the title. It's like we all know he's keeping the title. Like they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, he says, Paige lost his title, whereas I've won the Hart Foundation tournament, and I'm the hottest thing now, and you are not it now. I'm the franchise player. It's not wrong. And he suggests that Paige just stay out of it. And he's like, boom. So
obviously those two are going to fight for the opportunity to fight Okada is what everybody can surmise, right?
It's a win-win.
Or triple threat.
No, don't do that to me.
I hope not. I hope not. I wouldn't want to see that. But do you? Okay, I want to know if you think that Tony might do that.
If Tony does that, he will lose a lot of respect from me.
He would get it back from me if he did a 4-way with Jay White.
No. Singles.
Okay. All right.
I want. This is what I really want.
Who do you want? Who do you want with Okada? Let's go.
Adam Cole, Okada.
It's got to be Adam Cole.
Jay White, Paige.
There you go. That's the card. That's the card right there. And you'll have Osprey in some sort of like 10-person, 8-person, whatever thing with the UE. So
yeah, somebody with FTR again. I mean. They just lost. Doesn't
matter.
He's gonna do something solo. You think
Osprey is gonna do something solo?
Yep.
Maybe go up against TNT champ.
I'm thinking something a little different. I'm thinking somebody who's gonna drop his belt Wednesday in a ladder match. Who's one of the pillars? Talk about a fun match.
I can't say no to that.
Right? Jungle Boy Osprey? Come on.
Ooh. I mean...
That's a fucking wet dream, man. It's a wet dream.
This whole everything about Forbidden Door is because the possibilities are just stupid endless. And Scorpio Sky can go up against somebody, right? Fuck, I don't know.
Phantasma.
You would
Tetsuya Naito.
I was thinking Naito. Trying to think Naito. You said Evil's in the tag team right now.
Yeah, you can't do
Ibushi's. God, I don't know what's up with Ibushi. That's like fuck me.
That's not a good thing right now. I mean,
well, let's not speculate too much here. Like I said, we fantasy booked pretty hard already, so more to come on some of the other stuff.
That's what I do.
So the name Okada was said in AEW canon on national TV.
And I squirted a little.
It's going to happen. And we might not get the coin drop till Forbidden Door. Not going to lie. We might not.
I want it so bad for free, but I will
want it to happen.
Pay for it.
You just want it to happen. Come on, Jamie.
Yeah.
So as long as it happens, we're good.
Yes. So after this, Marina Shafir challenges Thunder Rosa, whatever. Then you had
only women's match of the night, and it was fine.
It was okay.
It was fine.
It was fine.
You almost had a lion tamer.
Almost. Before that, you had a nice little segment by Wardlow, and Wardlow, of course, is the most over man in AEW, other than if your name's Danhausen and Hook combined. And he's just like, I don't want the AEW championship because CM Punk's the champion, and unless I'm pinning him, I don't want it. But he goes, there's another championship. Like, basically damn near regurgitated what Page said, but instead of going for the IWGP, he's going for the TNT championship.
TNT title. Okay.
And then here comes a limping Scorpio Sky, and then he gets held back by Ethan Page and Dan Lambert, who we happen to see outside of the arena just on his phone. I said, you're a great heel, man. Love you. And he's like, thanks, man. Like, thanks. Appreciate it. Like, he was really actually kind of nice, dude. Yeah, he totally gave me a thumbs up and everything.
Give me the Buddy Christ thing. Hey.
Yeah.
I can't do it right.
Yeah. So anyway, that's easily getting set up. Wardlow's going to get a belt. He deserves it. He's the most over guy right now. I like that idea a lot.
With Miro, with this new title, this is my point that I made earlier. So now with Miro because I think Miro should have a belt on him, the TNT belt, technically, in my opinion. I also think that Andrade needs to be in the mix for something, but he's got a tag team partner coming his way very soon, and that's going to be in the mix.
Roosh.
Oh, that's going to be so good. You have Miro now. You can give him that belt, and you can still get a belt on Wardlow. And this is my argument, And you might still hate it, which is fine. You don't have to like but I like it because now you can have justifiable some title range. You can move some titles around, right? I think WCW was really good. They had more titles, kind of, than WWE did, right? Because WWE, they had the hardcore, but in the Attitude Era, but really it was just the two main ones in tag belts, right? And the women's belt. That was pretty much it. They had some that European every once in a while, but WCW had the US, the TV title, the cruiserweight title, so they had a bunch more belts, and I don't think it diminished the product as a whole. That's my argument. We'll see.
That's a fair statement. After this, you had what I just kind of foreshadowed. The Young Bucks are going to be in a ladder match with the Jurassic Express and the Hardys.
You got it right first try.
I know. Because I'm tired, clearly.
Unbelievably enough, yes.
Yeah. But this is the match. I'm calling it now.
You think it's
Mark Stradamus. It's dropping right here.
Who to? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I'm calling the Hardys for their last run.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Let them hold the gold.
One last time.
Probably drop it 2 weeks later.
Yep.
Which is
feels
fine.
right.
Which is fine.
Yeah. And then you could have the Bucks going against the Bullet Club, or you have the Bucks going against somebody at Forbidden Door, because they're going to be on the pape.
Oh, absolutely. When you got to figure you're going to have FTR in the mix for these eventually. How do you want to get them there? I mean, that's a good way to get the belts to FTR, because since they're such tag team aficionados, if you would, beating one of the best tag teams of all time to get the belts. That sounds like the FTR thing to do, right?
I think aficionados is one, a really fun word, but two, might be understating them. Like
it is. I couldn't think of the right word. It's 12:30, man. Come on.
Not to step on frontman Josh C's tagline, but they might be tag team gods. Like, I've never seen anybody. Titans, maybe? Like, I don't know. Like what Titans. They do in that ring is amazing.
Royalty, whatever it is. Okay, we shall see. Maybe Jimmy gets a stamp next week. Let's see.
Yes. Women's Championship match, Thunder Rosa versus Marina Shafir. This is the first time we actually got to see Thunder Rosa wrestle in Kansas City. She did absolutely very, very good. It was a solid match. It wasn't great. Like I said, it was just quick.
It wasn't the best match. I mean, you made mention about Marina, and I don't hate the present. I don't hate her ability.
Same.
The presentation I don't like. It's the execution that's off. Because she doesn't generate any response.
As a wrestler, one of the very first things you are taught, and this is something that I've learned from many people that we've talked to, and also from the show Heels, you want to have some kind of response to you, positive or negative, babyface or heel.
And
if you're a tweener, yeah, some kind of emotion, right? You are trying to get something out of these people. If you get nothing, that is like the kiss of death. And man, nobody cares about her. And it's like, but the problem is she's a really good wrestler. Like this match, wrestling wise, was solid, but no one cared until right after the match when she finally showed just an inkling of emotion. After she lost to Thunder Rosa, she kicked her in the back, and she was attacking her, and then here comes Toni Storm for the save. And then Toni picked up the belt to hand it to Thunder, obviously setting up that program.
That's next in line. And I think you could do the strong, silent killer assassin type, which she portrays, like I said. The character I don't hate. It's just that, be more evil with it, be more evil. Yeah. Yell and scream at the audience a little bit, maybe, when you're in the middle of a match, You talked about Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander was on Elevation, or not Elevation. She was on Rampage this Friday, tomorrow.
Rampage.
And you made mention of her that I think we were talking with Mike Reed from the podcast that still doesn't have a freaking name. Pick a name, guys. Get a name.
Yeah.
She's fantastic in the ring. Her persona in the ring is great. She generates a response in the ring, but outside the ring, she's not good with talking things at all. And that I feel like is Marina. Like, I don't mind her out of the ring persona. I think that in the ring, though, she doesn't generate a response. If you generate a response somehow, like as soon as the bell hits, I'm not talking like Festus, you go, you turn to a killer, but bell hits, that's when you're on. And in the middle of that match, you can sit there, yell, scream at the crowd, do evil heel shit, because she's supposed to be a heel. Right, she's supposed to be like a really like cold Eastern European bloc assassin type,
She doesn't just give that vibe though.
Yeah, I know, but she can. She's got the look for it.
Yeah, She gave a smidgen of it after the match. It's like that's what we need,
and it got a good response. It got a good response. You can do it. So hopefully somebody's backstage telling her that, because there's possibility there if you can get a response. If you can't get a response, it's a shame, because you said.
As somebody who is not afraid to commit to the bit, she needs to commit to the
bit. The man who decided our Halloween costumes would be a lion and a tamer.
Yes.
For Pro.
So
still happening. Still happening, guys, by the way.
So during one of the matches, I believe it was this one?
It was Thunder Rosa. Yep.
So Thunder Rosa almost did they did a Boston Crab. But before this, actually, it was during the scene of the Hangman match. Like, he was working the leg.
Oh, yeah,
Finley was working Hangman's leg. And Walter's sitting behind me, one of the owners of Journey Pro. I go, "Hey, Walter, you know what would make this match even better?" And then he's like, "Don't you do it. Don't you say it. Don't you say it." I'm like, "A Texas cloverleaf." And then like Chris popped so hard for it. He's like, "Oh my God." Like, yes, like he got it. Like, cause I'm like, just being the troll. Like that's my bit. And I'm good at it.
Commit to the part. So
you have commitment.
Once again, like I said, I didn't even mind there was only one women's match, and it wasn't the greatest necessarily received, even though the match itself was a good match.
Honestly, the Chris Statlander Red Velvet match from Rampage was far superior.
It was far superior. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of liked Heidi Ruby. Hey, Ruby.
So did I. That match was really good too. Like, that's the thing. Like,
you can, if they got it in them, they're there. It's just a matter of putting that product in front of everybody. More than one match on Dynamite. You gotta do it. You gotta start doing it, Tony. I'm sorry, and I will keep. I'm talking about committing the bit. I'm gonna say this every goddamn week until I get 2 matches consistently. All right.
All right. So after this, it is your main event, and what a main event it was, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god!
This was a technical submission bruiser match.
Oh.
Everything Jamie likes was there.
It was so good. And Mox is probably at his peak. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've
never seen him look better. Yeah, I agree.
He got clean.
He's ridiculous
he
right
got
now.
Clean. He got cut, and he got more vicious. It feels like so.
Which how can you do that? He's like hold my water, and and he's just getting after it nowadays. Like there was a spot where he's getting ready to go for a power bomb on Kyle O'Reilly, and Kyle O'Reilly flipped it around and turned it into a triangle choke. Like wow, like the transition was seamless. There were so many of these things. Like it was, I can't put it into words, mainly because I'm just exhausted. But like
it was a lot of good. Let's be honest.
It
was so good.
Oh my god, yeah. And then Moxley hits the paradigm shift for the 3, and he's gonna go on to win the winner between Tanahashi and whomever. So he's gonna get the ace. More likely, the match he's been wanting for 3 years.
I mean, you can put whoever that other person is. Doesn't matter. It's going to be Tanahashi versus Mox. Finally.
Yep. So he officially has punched his ticket to be the main event for Forbidden Door. The only thing that would surpass this as the main event, Adam Cole Okada or Adam Page Okada. And either one of those is a win. In my opinion, I feel like both those matches will be absolutely stunning.
I mean,
Dave Meltzer has already pre-done it. He's going to give it 19 stars.
He's printing more stars as we speak, folks. Oh my god. Yeah, if you have not had the chance to watch Dynamite from last night, go look it up. Especially, like I said, the main event was stellar. JJ's going to keep telling you to watch, Pac versus Buddy. It was the whole thing. Even the women's match that didn't get received necessarily as well. It was a very good match.
Yeah. Talk about it, man. This was solid.
Will Osprey.
Will Osprey. I'm still
what else? What else is there? I think this is the best AEW show in Kansas City, top to bottom. I still will say Pac versus Omega is still one of the best matches I've ever seen live in person, bar none.
Agreed.
But I mean, that show had like the weigh-in with Jericho and Mox, and it was this show had the whole thing. Like I had to force myself to take a break to go get some good, go get some water, halfway through it because like, all right, I got to step away because it was so good. So
yeah, like there's so many things I can pontificate on, but there's just no reason at this point. Like it was a great show, and ladies and gentlemen, Rampage starts off. I'm going to give you the card. I'm just going to give you the card.
Give him the card.
And I'm not going to tell you what happens.
No spoilers here for all that stuff, guys. Don't worry.
But you start off with Eddie Kingston and Hager, Jake Hager. Like that's what you started off with. Starting off hot. Then after that, you had the women's match of Red Velvet and Chris Statlander, which was a banger, even though we've seen it 4 times. Actually, the ending was super cool on it. Like I have to say, ooh, that was sick. Like the way that the transition. Then you had the debuting Satnam Singh. Is that Satnam?
Satnam.
I
think you have those 2 matches reversed anyway. I think that.
Yeah, that matter. I'm just giving you the fucking card. I'm too tired. Satnam Singh and Jay Lethal going against local competitors, the besties of the world, aka Grindhouse, and local competitors. That's all I gotta say about that. And then your main event was FTR and Trent Beretta going up against the United Empire of Will Osprey and Aussie Open. That match, that was my match of the night.
Like watching it live, we've long pontificated about Rampage, best bang for your buck, right? 1 hour, all go. Start with a banger, end with a banger, all go, right? Even if it's not like the best, everything, it's like you jam pack all this into 1 hour. Seeing it live, can't confirm 1,000%, because this extra hour that we sat there in the arena for was well worth the money. It was good. It was really good, folks.
So damn good. Like, the show was so much fun. I think it was a lot of fun because we were there with a lot of our friends. Like, we were able to sit with our friends, which is very unusual to do when you go to any of these types of things. Like, that's what the suite was really there for. We got to see a lot of good friends. The wrestler friends stopped by. Hoodie Howlett stopped by. Anaya stopped by. Obviously, we had Heidi stop by. Dean Alexander stopped by. He works for AEW. Bryce Rinsberg, one of the refs that you see every day on an AEW, stopped by, said hi because he's
Journey
Pro. Yeah, got to see Max the Impaler. That was really cool. They were really, really nice.
SK on the big stage, that was cool.
SK and Camaro, man, that was really cool.
Camaro's gonna make it for sure.
Camaro looked really good too. Camaro. Like I will have to say that their elevation match with Private Party, Private Party let him get some offense in, which is unheard of.
Their match and Heidi's match were the best elevation in my opinion. Watch it on Monday, and you guys tell us what
Max's was good
think.
Too.
Max's was good. Anaya got the short of the stick, but
it
happens. It happens,
Yeah, he got punked a little bit, but
I had all right. Great time. And Tony Khan came out multiple times, after the show, and kept saying the same thing over and over again, because he said one of his favorite matches that he's ever booked was the Iron Man match. So he's always had a special place in his heart for Kansas City, right? And he might say it's about every single place he goes, whatever. I don't know, but he kept just gushing about us and how we're always there and we're always supporting and this and that, and it's good to get that, even though, like I said, some of that might be just what they do everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like there's some truth to that. I feel like we are a great crowd. We got a good history of wrestling here in Kansas City, so happy to see them every time they come back. And it was pretty close to sell out. There was a couple open seats like down in like the corners and stuff in one of the corners, but it was pretty close to sold out. So easy, and it was good fun. It was a great time. The show was fantastic.
Preach.
So, final thoughts.
I had a blast. I got to see Will Osprey live. I'm good.
If only there was a coin drop. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a coin drop on this podcast. So, Jamie has got to get up in like 3 hours or something stupid like that. So,
a little bit over.
Something like that. Anyway, we will be back next week. So, we got a couple things going on. So, a week from Sunday is Impact's Slammiversary, one of their signature pay-per-view, their WrestleMania, their All Out, their big shtick, right? We will be doing picks for that and putting the belt, which I have returned to Jamie. I do not have it in my possession, as you see here. I will take it back from Jamie then. So, but don't worry, we're gonna put it up again a week later for Forbidden Door 2. So, a good amount of wrestling coming up. So anyway, once again, a week from Sunday is the Impact Slammiversary. So keep an eye out for that. We'll give you a preview of the card next week. We'll talk about it real quick, and then following we'll show you our picks. Then, of course, we have Forbidden Door. Journey Pro's coming up on the 24th. I won't be there. I'll be out of town. Jamie will be there. Once again, please, somebody go film my seat. Sit next to Jamie and do chants with him.
Please.
He needs a loud voice.
I am entertaining, not just on here. I'm entertaining all the time.
If you want to know if we're shooting on this whole Lion Tamer thing, go find out.
Yeah. Feel froggy? Come on, jump.
It's 100% a shoot. So anyway, we'll be back next week with more stuff going on here. Keep an eye out. We have, like I said, interviews we're periodically releasing here. Our interview schedule has kind of got a little wonky. There's a lot going on this summertime for wrestlers and for us, and so we're trying to kind of get the schedules to align for everybody. But we definitely will have a preview show for Journey Pro coming up, and we'll have some other interviews that we got kind of in the works. So keep an eye out. If you want to be notified when we have an interview, you can definitely do like the bell down below if you're on YouTube, or follow on any of your podcast locations. But that's all we got. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We do truly appreciate it. Jamie, any final thoughts?
No, thank you. We didn't fall asleep, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! Oh, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not down to Spotfest, I have 3 words for you. Will fucking Osprey.
Let's go. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.